time to meet the men from the ministry. We present Wilfrid, Hyde, White and Richard Murdoch in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to that faithful army of public servants through whose efforts wheels of government turn, and without whose efforts they might turn even quicker. We are concerned, as usual, with the General Assistance Department, which exists to help any other section that's overloaded. This week we find them helping out at the Foreign Office.
Now, look at this area here in the Pacific. We've got bases there and there.
Oh, yes.
The other chaps have them there, and there.
I see.
From here to here, nothing.
Yes, but that's just a lot of ocean, isn't it, Lord Branson?
Well, I must admit I'd always thought so, but yesterday, quite by chance, I noticed this on the map.
Oh, dear, speck of ink. I expect Lamb's been shaking his pen again.
It's not a speck of ink, it's an island.
Oh.
The name is marked on this large-scale map over here, you see. Innuendo Island.
Innuendo? Well, what an extraordinary thing. Who does it belong to?
Well, I've asked Lamb to find out. He's been down in archives for 36 hours.
That's what he's got to.
If that tropical island belongs to some unscrupulous power, they could be turning it into a military base.
Yes, quite right. You can't trust those, who did you say it belonged to?
Lord Branson, I've got the answer to your problem.
Oh, good. Yes, so they can't hide these things very long from the Foreign Office, can they? Well, tell us then, who does Innuendo Island belong to?
Us, sir.
Oh, are you sure?
It was discovered by Captain Cooke in 1760 and annexed shortly after. Present British Governor Sir Granville Waltham Green. It's ours, all right.
Oh, good. Then we can turn it into a military base, can't we?
But this is extraordinary. Why have I heard nothing about this place?
Well, you're not here very often, Lord. Are you?
Yes, sir. I think I can throw a little light on that, Lord Branson. I finally found the records under a lot of debris in the South Archives room. It seems that section was bombed during the war, and they haven't quite finished clearing up yet.
But I was here all through the war, and I don't remember a bomb hitting the archives room. Which year did it happen?
1917, apparently.
19? Do you mean to say we've been out of touch with this British possession for 45 years?
No, it's a bit longer than that, actually. We don't seem to have heard from Sir Granville Waltham Green since he was appointed in 1910.
But this is fantastic. He was probably murdered. The island may be in a state of anarchy. They might even have reverted to cannibalism. We'll send someone out there at once.
Oh, that'll be a nice job for somebody.
Yes. Have you got your tropical kit?
No, funnily enough, I've never been in the... What?
Oh, I couldn't go...
But Lord Branson, if I may say so, we're not even Foreign Office men, you know. We're from the General Assistance Department.
Quite. I don't want to lose any of my regular chaps. You two will be ideal for the job.
Look down there, one. Doesn't the Pacific look beautiful?
Yes, there's rather a lot of it, though, isn't there? Well,
I think the pilot's going to say something.
You see?
That's Port Ikahoka coming up on the port wing now.
Oh, it's coming up on the... What a delightful name.
In the local lingo, Copper, that means the end of the world.
In the local... Does it really? I see, yes. I suppose they hadn't heard about Innuendo Island in those days.
They still haven't. Are you sure this place exists, Copper?
Well, I'll tell you this, Cobber. If we've come several thousand miles and it turns out it was a speck of ink after all, I shan't be at all pleased.
Innuendo Island is about 50 miles further east, pilot.
Yes.
We have to put down here as it has no airstrip.
How do you get the rest of the way? Swim?
No, we were rather hoping that won't be necessary. The British agent in Icky, whatever it is hiring a suitable boat.
Remember when we get there, too, these people have been forgotten for 50 years. Now they must be brought up to date and prepared for self-government. To this end, I've brought with me some cricket kit, a copy of that Sunday paper colour supplement, and a gramophone record of someone called Clifford Richard. My secretary recommended that.
Oh, what a good idea. I wonder if they've got a gramophone.
Well, if they haven't, it'll be up to you to devise some other means of playing it. Where there's a will, there's a way, you know.
Oh, thank you. I can't help wondering what sort of setup we're going to find there. I wonder when old Sir Granville popped off and who took over. It's strange they've had no radio contact all these years.
When was wireless invented?
Funnily enough, I think there's something about that in the front of my diary. Yes, here we are. Useful information. speed of light in a vacuum.
That's not much help.
High tide at Southampton Water.
What are you talking about?
How to cure warts.
Oh.
Here it is. Marconi sent first transatlantic signals 1901.
1901.
So innuendo could have a wireless.
I expect they like to keep themselves to themselves.
Anyway, I shall be sorry to get down to earth again. Oh, I find these air journeys very trying. 48 hours in the same seat is too long.
Stand by, Travers. We're going down now. Fasten your safety belts, please.
Fastener. Oh, do you mean to say we could have undone these things? Here we are on Innuendo Beach, Robert.
Yes, funny the boatman wouldn't stay. Just put us down on the beach and rushed off.
Yeah, almost as if he... Oh, you know, I'm beginning to get the nadgers again.
Now, steady, do. No doubt the islanders got that carrier pigeon with news of our arrival.
I expect they got it all right.
Yes.
It's probably eaten it by now.
Yeah.
And they'll be waiting to do the same to us.
Now then.
Remember what Lord Branston said about reverting to cannibalism?
Now, to keep a stiff upper lip. This is your chance to be a bit of a hero.
Yes, only I hope one of the islanders doesn't write to the Times describing how he cooked the first hero in spring.
Good heavens, there are people coming through the trees.
Oh, my goodness, yes. A man leading them, in a cocked hat.
Is that what it is?
Big plume of feathers and carrying a sword.
Now, look nonchalant, too. Look, hold your head erect.
Right.
Whistle, a happy tune.
Ooh, it's rather hard to do with a stiff upper lip.
Well, then leave it to me. I say, hello there. Hello, we from Britain.
We bring greetings.
Yes, greetings.
We friends. I'm glad to hear it, gentlemen. Welcome to Innuendo. We got your message, of course. Had a big reception laid on at the harbour.
Yes.
Pity you missed it. A brass band's been practicing all the week. I don't think our boatman knew about the harbour. We don't get many visitors here, you know. No, come to think of it, you're the first for, let me see, 49 years, I think it must be.
Really?
My name's Walton Green, the governor. Oh, how do you... What?
You're Sir Granville... Are you sure?
Oh, yes, I'm quite sure. The governor, yes. Well, I am at the moment. I was thinking only last week I may be due for a new posting. I've been here 52 years, you see.
Yes, we know.
But I think I'll apply for an extension. But Her Majesty's government haven't heard from you for over half a century. His Majesty's government, my dear fellow? Victoria's passed away. God bless her. Surely you've heard.
Now, leaving that aside, Sir Walter, my colleague was wondering why you've sent no dispatches all these years.
Well, quite frankly, there didn't seem to be anything to write about. Here comes Hokey and his sister. Gentlemen, this is Hokey, hereditary Prince of Innuendo, and his sister, Princess Cooke.
Oh, Princess Cooke.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Welcome to our island.
Thank you.
How do you do?
Yes.
May the spirit of your ancestors rest in peace.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you very much.
Well, you'll meet the Prince and Princess again tonight, gentlemen. I'm giving a little dinner at Government House in honor of your visit. I hope you'll find this food to your taste, gentlemen. Well, the supply boat's a bit late getting out from the mainland, I'm afraid. It was due, let me see, 47 years ago. That's right. Some kind of delay, I suppose. Yes. In the meantime, we make do with island produce.
Well, I must say this roast veal's delicious.
Oh, good. You'd never guess it was really roast python, would you?
What?
Here, have some more of this nice, rich green gravy.
Oh, no, you have some. I don't think I will, thank you very much.
Well, our boatman's coming back to pick us up in a week's time, and after we've got home and made our report, you'll be seeing the supply boat again regularly, and lots of other boats as well.
May I ask, sir, what is your exact intention with regard to this island?
We're going to open it up.
And give you all the benefits of modern civilization, my dear chap.
Oh, this is very kind of you, sir. Could you perhaps tell us what some of these benefits are?
Well, Prince Hoagie wants to know what are the benefits of modern civilization.
Well, there's the motor car, for instance.
Yes, there's the motor
All
car.
you chaps here go around on your feet. But our people use things called motor cars. That's if they've got road license, driving license, insurance, a 10-year test certificate, and somewhere to park. Actually, it's easier to go round on foot. Let's try again.
Yes. Well, now, Sir Granville tells me that most of your families worship strange gods. All evening, he says, they sit staring at an object in the corner with faces depicted on it. In London, they wouldn't do that. They'd be happily and healthily employed watching television.
Well, then look at the food I saw being sold in your market. Loose fish still wet from the sea.
Wet fish?
Yeah, when we get things organised, you'll be able to buy deep-frozen, pre-packed, semi-cooked fish fingers with powdered ketchup.
Yeah.
Much more hygienic.
Well, of course, and then we'll have labour exchanges where your men can go when they're out of work.
But we don't have any men out of work.
Oh, well, we'll soon fix that. Don't you worry, Prince. We have great plans for your island. My colleague and I will report that it's ideal for development. Don't you agree, Sir Granville? Oh, good heavens, look.
Oh, you must excuse the governor, Mr. Hamilton Jones. He does fall asleep rather easily.
Yes, so I see.
He's been here many years, you see. He came when our father was Prince of Innuendo. He taught us all to speak English.
But I can't understand why he let you get so out of touch. I mean, you'll never know what you've missed. 2 world wars, over 200 test matches, and a twist.
The twist, what is this, please?
Well, it's a kind of dance where you shake your, you move your, it goes something like this. Let's twist again like we did last summer.
Oh, yes, I see, yes. We used to have this dance on the island, but my father banned it. Too primitive.
I suppose your people have some interesting... Your people must have some interesting national dances, Prince Hokey.
Oh, yes. Every midsummer day, our people drink fermented gum juice and do a wild dance which we call... what is it, sister?
The Velita.
Oh, the Velita.
The Velita, yes. That's a Granville topic to us. But tell me, gentlemen, are you quite sure you want to make these changes to our island?
Of course, I don't have no trouble at all, I assure you. It's what we're here for.
You wouldn't allow anyone to change your mind?
Change our minds?
Change our minds over our dead bodies.
Yes, gentlemen, I see.
This way, Mr. Lamb. Shall we sit down for a moment by the waterfall?
Oh, I say, how beautiful it all is, and jolly hot, too. What about popping in for a swim?
Oh, I'm afraid I have not got my costume with me.
Oh, but in all the South Sea Island films I've ever seen, they never... I mean, the heroine usually... that is, I don't see why... Do you feel this island's economy is on a sound basis?
I don't know about such things, but I am excited that you plan to develop the island.
I'm sure you must be.
But I think my brother, Prince Hokey, does not feel the same.
I expect it's just taking him a little while to grasp what it's all about. But I don't know why we're talking about Prince Hokey. Here we are, glorious sunshine, beautiful scenery, just you and me and the river, and as one of our English poets said, it makes me go all of a doodah.
Doodah? What is this doodah?
Oh, haven't you ever been in one? Well, it's a bit like the Nadgers, only nicer.
Oh.
You know, for instance, when you... when 2 people are alone, like we are, and one of them's a beautiful girl, and so am I. I mean, and... there's just the 2 of us here, and...
Morning. Oh, glorious day, isn't it? Exploring the local facilities.
Well, I was hoping to till you appear.
What's that? Oh, Princess, I beg your pardon. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Hamilton.
Do you mind me saying so, one? What an extraordinary rig-out you're wearing.
I don't know what you mean, too. This is my bathing costume.
Did you know there was a very nasty moth hole just by your right knee?
What? Oh, I say, I do apologize, Miss Princess.
Actually, it wasn't so much the bathing pumps that surprised me, one. It's
bathing pumps?
Suspenders worn with long socks and flipper feet. Why have you got a piece of piping attached to your bowler hat?
I've never seen one of those before. That's my snorkel. Oh. I'm going to swim off the South Beach. Prince Hokey, your brother, he tells me the sea bottom is very interesting to look at.
The South Beach?
Yes.
Oh, no. There must be some mistake. The water there is infested with sharks.
That wasn't the impression your brother gave me at all. He said he hadn't seen any sharks there for years.
But I don't understand it.
And in any case, by chance one did appear. He's given me this piece of freshly killed raw meat attached to my belt. He said if I threw that, the shark chap would take it and swim away.
Oh, no, please, this is a mistake. You must not swim there.
Oh, very well, if you say so.
Look, here comes the prince. We can ask him about it.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hokey, Mr. Hamilton Jones thinks you told him to swim off the South Beach where the sharks are.
Oh, dear. What a foolish mistake. When I advised him to look at the seabed there, I meant, of course, for him to do so from a boat. I do apologize, Mr. Hamilton Jones. I failed to make myself clear.
Not at all, my dear fellow. My fault, I expect.
Please permit me to provide you with a boat, one of our native canoes, or a kayaks, as they are called. Mr. Lamb, perhaps you would like to go too?
Oh, yes, that sounds rather fun. The seabed's really interesting, isn't it?
Oh, my dear sir, you'll remember it as long as you live.
Come along. This way, quickly. Now get those wet things off.
Yes,
they'll bring some dry clothes from my wardrobe.
Thank you. Yes.
If I hadn't been fishing from my boat and seen yours go down, I don't know what would have happened.
No, I don't know.
Well, I don't know either, but I saw a couple of sharks that seemed to have a rough idea. They had more teeth than Frankie Vaughan.
I can't understand what happened. 1 minute we were paddling along in the kayak. The next moment the bottom fell out.
Extraordinary. Come in.
Oh, excuse me. I have just heard about this terrible disaster. Are you all right, gentlemen?
I think we survived, thank you.
Oh, dear, I shall never forgive myself. I have been investigating the cause of the accident, gentlemen. It seems the previous owner of the kayak had been sleeping in it on the beach, and at night he lit a fire inside to keep him warm. This must have weakened the bottom.
Oh. Which just goes to show you can't have your kayak and heat it.
Very good joke. Englishmen jesting in the teeth of disaster. Extraordinary.
Morning, too.
Morning, Ron. Did you sleep well?
Like a log, my dear fellow. I had a funny experience last night, though. Do you know there was a charming little creature in my bed when I got there?
Really? Of course, these people do have strong feelings about hospitality.
No. This was some sort of animal or insect. Looked like a furry lobster with a tail.
A furry...
Yes.
But that was a scorpion.
Was it? Well, I don't know about these things. Seemed a lovable little chap to me. I could have made friends with him.
You could have... Well, don't you know scorpions have a deadly poisonous sting?
Oh, my goodness. Do they really? No, just as well I didn't know, isn't it?
A scorpion in your bed, that could have killed you.
Oh, dear, you got me worried now. Perhaps it's just as well the accident happened then.
What accident?
Well, I didn't see the little fellow at the bottom of the bed, so I just kicked my big stone hot water bottle down there, and I'm afraid it hit him on the head and killed him.
Oh, what a bit of luck. But why did you bring a stone hot water bottle to the tropics? Surely your bed doesn't need warming.
Oh, it's not for hot water, too. No, I fill it with whiskey, you see, in case I feel faint in the night. And I must say I usually do. Now, let's see...
Just a minute, man. You've got me worried with this scorpion.
Have I?
I had trouble last night, too.
Oh, what happened?
I stepped out onto my balcony for a breath of air.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Nothing, only the balcony wasn't there anymore.
Oh.
I'd have fallen 30 feet onto those blinking great bamboo spikes if my braces hadn't caught in the door handle.
Of course, these accidents happen because the island has no rules and regulations. But don't worry, too, we'll soon have it all buttoned up.
In the last 5 days, my friends, we have made a dozen attempts on the lives of these two interfering Englishmen. None has succeeded. Why?
Perhaps, Prince Hokey, the gods of innuendo do not wish that they should die.
It is no one's wish that they should die, Tog. But we four have accepted it is necessary so that our island may continue in the paths of serenity. Already these men have brought in rules and regulations to change our lives. They have turned our only road into a one-way street so that people going to the other end of the island have no way of getting back. They have introduced a compulsory 5-year test on oxen and imposed a purchase tax on coconuts. Tomorrow they are due to return home. They will report what they have seen, and soon 1,000 others will come. then our days of serenity will indeed be ended.
What more can we do, Your Royal Highness? Every way we try to kill them, they escape. I blew a poison dart at the one they call H.J., and it did him no harm. It is magic.
It is not magic, Tog. Your dart did not penetrate his clothing. I have discovered that beneath his tweed suit, he wears thick woolen undergarments.
Have you another plan, Your Highness?
Yes, I have. Before my father died, he told me a quantity of gunpowder was left here after a shipwreck many years ago. Kobo, bring me one of our traditional carved wooden gift boxes. Thank you. Todd, ask Sir Granville if I may borrow his encyclopedia.
Which volume do you want, O Prince?
B for bomb. How to make and where to put. But don't tell Sir Granville that, of course.
What? Come in.
Excuse my interrupting your mid-morning sleep, Your Excellency. But Prince Hawke bade me return your encyclopedia.
Oh, the encyclopedia, yes, thank you. I'm sorry I had to ask for it back in a hurry, but I wanted to look up something myself.
Prince Hawke thanks you and says he had already found the information he needed. He is preparing a small farewell gift for our distinguished visitor.
Oh, that will give them a surprise, eh? How thoughtful. The boat's due to pick them up in an hour. I've asked them here for a glass of sherry, as a matter of fact.
Then I must not detain you, sir. Here is your encyclopedia, volume A to B.
Yes, it is.
Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning, and thank... Oh, he's gone. Now then, let's see. A, yes, here we are. Asthma, aniseed, arsenic, yes. Let me see. Arsenic, a deadly poison which acts extremely quickly. Several notorious poisoners have administered arsenic in alcoholic drinks which conceal the taste. That's it. Yes, this sherry should do the trick. 2 or 3 grains are usually a fatal dose. Well, I've just put a tablespoonful in each glass. Now, let's see. 1 in the red glass, 1 in the blue, and none in the green. No, that's mine. Come in.
Sir Granville, I do hope we're not late.
We wanted to leave everything in order. We may be called away sooner than we think.
Yes, quite right. Come in, gentlemen. I've taken the liberty of pouring out the sherry.
Oh, thank you very much, Sir Granville. I say, what attractive glasses, all different colours, look.
Yes, local handicraft, you know.
Yes.
I thought you'd like the red and the green. Or was it the red and the blue? Wait a minute, I think it was... It may have been the blue and the green.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, let's all just help ourselves.
I'll
have this blue one.
And I'll have the red one. Makes the drink look nicer.
Yes, I'll propose a toast. To innuendo, island in the sun.
That's it.
I'm afraid it won't be so warm where we're going.
Oh, I shouldn't bank on that, gentlemen. I mean, oh dear, I wonder who that is. Come in.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Gentlemen.
It's you, Your Highness. Come in, come in. We're just about to have a glass of sherry. Won't you join us? Oh, no, wait a minute. No, I'd better...
No, thank you, Governor. I merely called to pay my compliments to our guests who are leaving.
Oh, very kind of you, my dear fellow.
Gentlemen, I have the pleasure of bringing you a small gift from the people of our island.
Oh, isn't that nice? Look, one, a carved wooden box.
Then what is it?
I hadn't realized we were so popular. Still, I suppose it's understandable. Will you open it or shall I?
No, gentlemen, please do not open it now. It is an ancient custom of our island that gifts are never opened in the presence of the giver.
Oh, I see, a charming thing.
Yes, there is something inside then, is there?
Oh, yes, Mr. Lamb. Yes. It contains a mixture which we islanders find to be a cure for illness and misfortune.
Oh,
indeed, a cure for almost everything.
Well, that sounds handy, doesn't it? When things go wrong, we just open that box and all our troubles are over.
Yes. We would like you to wait until you are in your boat and our island is disappearing below the horizon. Then is the time to open the box.
Oh, how very touching. I'm sure when we do that, a little piece of me will come winging back to this lovely island.
It is very possible, sir. And now I must leave you.
Thank you so much, my dear.
Farewell.
Farewell. What a charming fellow, don't you think, Sir Granville?
Oh, dear, he's gone to sleep again.
Yeah.
Sir Granville, sorry to wake you up, but we have to be off soon.
Oh, what? Oh, yes.
We were just about to drink a toast.
Oh, a toast.
Yes.
Yes, of course. Now, let me see. You had the red glass, and you had the green glass, and I had the blue glass. No, I think it was the... no, the green glass I meant to have... Yes, that's it. Green's my lucky colour, you know. Or is it red?
Well, surely you know which is your lucky colour, don't you?
Wait a minute. They were this way round, weren't they? So that one there is...
Oh.
Yes. No. Would you mind changing glasses, Mr. Lamb? Or no, it might be his.
I don't understand all this fuss about the glasses. Oh, is the sherry poisoned or something?
Yes.
What?
It's no use. I'll have to admit it. I'll never remember which glass is which. I meant to poison you both.
Oh, did you? Oh, dear, that's not playing the game, is it?
Why on earth should you want to poison us?
Can't you see? For 50 years I've had a marvelous life here. Peace, sunshine, 14 hours sleep a night. Now you're going back to London, they'll recall me. I'll be retired and spend the rest of my days eking out my pension in the rain.
Well, all good things come to an end, you know. And you needn't have worried about your pension. Retired colonial governor like you, they'd probably have made you vice chairman of the National Coke Board.
But I don't know anything about Coke.
All right, chairman then. I say would have, of course, because things are a bit different now. I mean, this poisoning business is a bit naughty. Have to be reported, you know.
Dear, I'll be disgraced.
You will.
My whole career ruined. The career I've worked for ever since I was at Eton.
Well, you should have thought of that before, you silly old... I beg your pardon. Did you say you were at Eton?
Yes, that's right. I was there 1890 to 1900.
Bless my soul. I was there in 1918. Who was your housemaster?
That was old J.G. Proudfoot.
My goodness, it was old Buffy Proudfoot.
Buffy, yes, Buffy.
He was my housemaster.
Really?
Still there, as a matter of fact. Just saw him the other day, getting on a bit now, of course. Thinking of giving up rugger.
He's not, is he? It was old Crudwell there in your day.
Was he there in my day?
Used to burp during prep, I remember. He could cane 3 boys at the same time, I remember.
Yes, my word, those were the days, weren't they? An old Woodcock, remember him?
Yes.
He had a funny nickname. What was it now?
I can't remember. The anxiety of those last 2 days has been too much for me. Last night I lay awake worrying about the future till nearly 10:30.
10:30? Oh, my dear fellow, that won't do at all. Let's talk this over. We'll help you out, won't we, too?
One, are you forgetting this man tried to poison us?
Yes, I know that. Don't fuss over details. Now, the important thing is, chap from my old school's in a spot of trouble. You weren't by any chance the Waltham Green who carved his name on the wooden seat?
Yes, that was me.
No.
Yes, I did it. I did the day I left it.
Would you believe it? Still there 20 years later, you know.
Really?
Jolly uncomfortable, too. But what a marvellous trait. Did you hear that, too? Sir Granville carved his name on the seat in the organ loft.
I can't say I find that sort of thing very amusing, actually.
You know, I remember seeing it once when I went back there from Cambridge.
Seems wasting time, Ron. We're supposed to... just a minute. Did you say you went to Cambridge, Sir Granville?
Yes, that's right. At Trinity.
Well, isn't that amazing? That's my old college. Look here, Granners. What can we do to help you?
Well, really the best thing would be if you could forget all about us. Most of the locals aren't looking forward to the changes either, you know.
We'd like to help, but I don't see how we could forget all about you.
We've been forgotten for 50 years, remember. All you do when you get back to London is tell them there's nothing here. Say the place was destroyed by a volcano or something.
All right, Sir Granville, we'll do it your way. Innuendo can go back to being just a speck of ink on the map.
Oh, my dear chap, that is good of you.
That's all.
I can't tell you how grateful I am.
Oh, dear.
Well, this calls for a celebration.
Yes.
You'll take a little sherry, won't you? Look, there's some poured out already. Help yourself.
That's nice. Thank you.
Wait a minute, I'll give you a toast, can I?
Yes.
Eton and Cambridge.
Eton and Cambridge. Yes. Unusual sherry, this, isn't it?
Very intriguing flavour.
Yes.
Anyway, that's all settled. You see, Sir Granville, there was no need to poison the sherry. These things can all be settled by... poison. The sherry.
Oh, my goodness. I finished mine, too. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Prince Hokey's present. He said the stuff in that box would cure anything. Quick one. Open it up.
Open the box. Here we are.
Are you feeling better now?
Where am I?
Oh, you've been in bed 3 weeks, Mr. Lamb. Fortunately, the gunpowder in my brother's bomb was damp, or you would not be here at all.
Gunpowder, bomb? Oh, it's all coming back to me now.
Oh, he's very sorry. He has only just learned that you promised to forget our island.
I'd like to forget it as soon as possible. Where's my colleague?
I'm here, in the next bed.
Oh, I didn't recognize you without your eyebrows.
Oh, good heavens, haven't I got it? You know, there's one thing baffles me. Before that bomb went off, I seem to remember we both drank a hefty dose of arsenic.
No. Our island chemist gave Sir Granville the wrong mixture by mistake.
What?
Oh, now you must rest. Your boat is coming again tomorrow.
Yes, but if Sir Granville didn't give us arsenic, what did he give us?
Oh, it was, how you call it? Epsom salt.
Epsom salt instead of arsenic? What shocking inefficiency. Couldn't happen in England.
Modelling crew as the men from the Ministry were Wilfrid, Hyde, and Richard Murdoch, with Roy Dotrice, Austin Trevor, David Graham, Norma Ronald, and John Cazabon. The Men from the Ministry is written and produced by Edward Taylor.
Time to meet the Men from the Ministry. We present Wilfrid, Hyde, and Richard Murdoch in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to our government officials, to those who work in the corridors of power, and indeed to those who work in the offices as well. Many and varied are the problems which come before the General Assistance Department in Whitehall, problems such as drawing up the boundaries for the new London boroughs.
The straight line down here, curving back slightly over here, and ending in a bit of a squiggle. How's that, Mum?
Very good, too. Very good. A sketch of the permanent Under-Secretary, isn't it? Well, never mind that. Tell me, how are you getting on with those new London borough boundaries, eh?
Well, we've had the maps in for over 3 months, and I've almost started them. Such a big responsibility.
Nonsense, too. Nonsense. Doesn't be overawed by the job. Not like you to be unsure of yourself. Why, I've seen you doing the Times crossword in ink.
I know, but this boundary business, one slip of the pen and I might cut the wool off Woolwich or the sew off Hoe.
Nothing to it, my dear. Now, well, what's that map?
Here are.
Yes. Oh, good. Now, you simply take your pencil.
Yeah.
Draw a line, so, and another one there. Right. Now, everything on this side belongs to, Finstead Council, and everything on the other side belongs to Hamley. No problem. Now, do them all like that.
Yes, Van, but you seem to have drawn that line right through the middle of a blue bit here. Lakeview Reservoir.
That's all right. It's a waterproof pencil.
What I mean is they've now got half a reservoir each.
Well, what's it matter? They can share the running costs. Very fair, very fair. You worry too much, you know.
However, in spite of this careful planning by government departments, complications can arise. Let's go from Whitehall to the panelled offices of Finstead Borough Council a few days later. His Worship the Mayor is speaking.
Right through the middle of Ruddy Reservoir, Councillor Craddock. Right through the middle. What do you think of that?
Well, Your Worship...
Have you ever heard of such bungling, eh? I say, have you ever heard of such bungling?
Well, there was a time you...
Don't interrupt while I'm talking. Have you thought what effect this will have on the stream, brother?
Steam?
Aye. Add in fluoride to the drinking water of Finstead.
Aye?
Fluoride. The stuff they say is good for teeth.
Oh, only not everybody...
Likes it, aye. No, but we like it, don't we? And we're putting it in our water.
But now we've only got half a...
Reservoir, aye. Well, we'll put fluoride in our half.
But what about Hamley? Won't it go into...
They're out? Oh, likely, but that's their problem, not ours, is it?
But won't the mayor of Hamley object? You know what Mrs. Horsfall is.
I do. All flowered hats and bring back the cat. Still, you can't argue with progress, and that's what fluoride is, you know. Progress.
And I say to you, ladies of the Hamley Embroidery and Judo Club, that not one particle of this vulgar fluoride substance will find its way into our water supply while I remain mayor of Hamley. What about the middle classes? Thank you. It's bad enough these days with all these tasteless chickens and no nourishment in the bread. We're not going to stand by and watch the Finchstead Borough Council pollute our drinking water. What about the middle classes? A very good question. I shall be dealing with it on Tuesday next at a meeting of the Hamley Horse Lovers League. South Hall, 7:30, entrance 6pence. Tea and biscuits extra.
A letter from the Ministry of Housing, ma'am. They say their permission refused stamp is worn out and they want to borrow ours.
Well, they can't have it. Stamp their letter permission refused and tell them we haven't got one.
Right-o,
Now, stop fussing about the post, my dear, to get back to the business in hand. Where were we exactly?
Well, you've got a short cut to the 9th hole. That's
right,
my bowler hat.
Your bowler hat.
And I'm bunkered behind the filing cabinet.
Oh, poor boy, what bad luck. So you are. Well, let's get on with it.
Yes, they're all right. Which club should I take?
I should take your wedge if I were you.
That's the one with the thin end, isn't it?
The
thin end over there.
Get on with it.
All right,
get on with the
right,
game.
Now. I must have silence. Are you ready? 1, 2... Oh, my goodness.
General Assistant Department, Hamilton Jones speaking.
Pipkin here.
Pipkin? Oh, be quiet, too. It's Sir Gregory, the Permanent Under Secretary. Oh, Sir Greg, how are you, Sir Pip?
What
Nice
the
to see you.
blue blazes you been up to, eh?
What the
These
blue
London
blazes?
boundaries have chopped a reservoir in half.
Oh, that is that what you rang about it? It took a great deal of careful planning, I can tell you.
Did it? Well, plan your way out of this.
Yes.
Finchstead want to put fluoride into the reservoir.
Oh, poor chap. What did you say his name was?
Fluoride, man.
Oh, Fluoride. What a funny name.
They say it's good for teeth. But not everybody agrees. Hamlet Council don't. They refuse to have fluoride.
Well, that's all right then. I mean, Watson can have their half and the other lot don't have their half.
This is a reservoir, man. Water. Wet. If you put chemical in one side, it spreads throughout.
Oh, I see. A tricky problem for some poor...
Exactly, yes. You've got us in position. Get us out.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, I'll alter the boundary immediately.
What? Admit we were wrong in the first place? Can't be done that easily. The press are up to it already. Look hard at these headlines. Come off in Whitehall.
Oh, dear me.
And mayors clash over boundary and bungle.
Good gracious, Sir Pitt.
Well, yes, precisely. We don't want any more bad publicity, so sort it out. And above all, don't offend anybody.
Oh, no, Sir Greg. Of course I won't. Do give my kindest regards to Lady Pitt, Lady Greg, won't you? Oh, we seem to be cut off. Did you hear all that, too? Sue, what are you doing over by the window?
Yes, I heard. I was listening on the extension. But it's that golf ball. It's knocked off the chap's Homburg hat. Look, down there.
Goodness, it's the minister.
Oh?
His hat appears to be run over by that taxi. He's shouting something at the driver, isn't he?
Yeah, the driver's getting out. Good heavens, he's breaking the minister's brolly over his knees.
And the minister's laying about him with his briefcase. Here come the police. Look. Here comes... Isn't that a policeman?
Yes.
My word, you certainly started hurry when you sliced that golf ball.
Oh, dear. What do you think I ought to do?
Well, you ought to alter your grip, you know. Get a bit more wrist. No. Level out your stroke. I can't stay here discussing your golf. I must be off to my luncheon appointment.
Luncheon appointment? What about this reservoir business?
Oh, it'll sort itself out, too. Don't be such a worrier. Besides, it's the most important engagement. I'm going to give a short talk to some very influential people.
Short talk? But I mean...
Better get that window seen to. It's the 3rd this month. Well, cheerio.
But the fluoride, the councils, think of the... Oh, he's gone.
I brought in a letter for you to sign, Mr. Lamb.
A letter, let me see. Mildred, this is so faint I can hardly read it. We obviously need some new typewriter ribbons in this office. Get on to stationery at once. What's this letter about, anyway?
It's a request to stationery for some new typewriter ribbons for the office.
Oh, well done. That was quick.
Yes, Mr. Lamb. Look, are you worrying about something? I can always spot it when you're worried, you know. You chew the end of your tie.
Yes, I am worried, Mildred. There's a bit of a muddle over some reservoirs.
Think she'd have one half and what's fluoride in it, and Annie have the other half and don't.
Oh, you heard?
Mr. Lamb, it's in all the papers. Name these military muddlers, one said.
Oh, my goodness.
Another said, bureaucrats bungle boundaries. Oh, I have to laugh.
Yes, all right, Mildred.
Whitehall twerps in deep water.
Mildred, I'm worried enough already. Sir Gregory's fighting mad. Civil war's imminent between two London boroughs, and H.J.'s calmly gone off to lunch.
These two mayors. One of them will have to change his mind.
One of them will have to... Mildred, I think you've hit it. I'll go round and persuade Mayor Flagg. If H.J. won't take any interest, it's up to me to sort things out. Nonsense, lad, nonsense. No, it's grand stuff, fluoride. Very good for the teeth. Oh, every night I put a pinch in the glass with my dentures. Do you indeed? Well, I'm sure it's splendid stuff, you see, but in view of Hamley Council's objections, we were rather hoping that you might reconsider... afraid not, lad, no. Finstead for fluoride, that's our motto. All right, I made it up myself. Did you? Very good. But Mayor Flagg, call me Red. Everybody else does. See, Red. Red. We like our little joke, you know, in the Finstead. Do you? Even that one. Why are you chewing the end of your tie, lad? You see, your worship, let me say this. It's the view of my minister that if this fluoride business could be settled peacefully, they wouldn't be ungrateful. You took the word right off the tip of my tongue. Yes. Well, my department does control the funds available for allocating statues in the London area. Statue? I was just thinking a statue of yourself outside the Working Men's Club would look rather nice. Standing on a handsome plinth. I mean, a handsome plinth. On a pedestal. On a pedestal, I can see it now, you know. Clear gaze looking towards the horizons of progress. And perhaps the figure of Keir Harvey with his arm round your shoulders pointing the way. No, I couldn't change my mind at this late date. After all, Mayor Flagg, who do you suppose makes the profits from the sale of all this fluoride? Profits? Oh, yes, handsome profits, I shouldn't wonder. They're all capitalists, you know. Oh, yes. And just between you and me, several of them are old Italians. No, they're not, are they? Oh, it's a difficult situation, is this, isn't it, you know? I wonder what Marx would say. Oh, you're a Marx fan, too, I am. I thought he was wonderful in A Night from the Opera. Yes. Chasing that woman down the street. Karl Marx. Karl Marx. Wrote Das Kapital. Did he? Yeah, well, I don't have much time for reading these days. What with my work and helping with the local scout troop. Scouts? Scouting? You're interested in scouting, eh? Absolutely. Why didn't you say? Don't tell me you are, too. I used to be a rover. Did you? My wife stopped me. But now I'm honorary president of the first Finstead Cook Pack. Oh, no. Dib. Oh, dog. Well, I never. We'll stay for a cup of... I'd love to, Mr. M. And then we can discuss the old matter further. Oh, thank you. It's a good thing someone in our office takes his work seriously instead of going off to fancy lunches with influential people.
My little talk, ladies of the London Floral League. I'd like to say that I've enjoyed my lunch. And furthermore, I'd like to say that I enjoyed my lunch. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Hamilton.
Not at all.
It's not very often we have such a distinguished speaker. Such an interesting subject. famine and efficiency.
Yes, I'm sorry I forgot to bring my notes.
Not at all.
Just as well I have a good memory, you know. You have to have a good memory in my job, Mrs. What's the name again?
Mrs. Horsford.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Horsford.
I'm chairwoman of the League, remember?
Of course I remember. You told me, didn't you? The name seems familiar somehow.
I expect you've seen it in the newspapers
Have I?
recently. The Lakeview Reservoir business.
The
Some petty dictator in Whitehall has made a ridiculous mistake.
Oh, Reservoir. Oh, yes, I know.
Actually, you know, I'd value your opinion on this matter. I realize that you wouldn't normally deal with such crimes.
Not normally, no.
I mean a man in your position with people like Sir Gregory Pitkin working under you.
Gregory, did I say he was working under me? Did I? Yes, quite right. Yes, that's it.
Tell me, Mr. Hamilton Jones, what would you advise me to do?
Now then, Mrs. Speaking purely as a disinterested observer, I tell you what I advise. So
you got Miss Mayor Flag to change his mind then, Mr. Lamb?
I certainly did, Mildred. He's agreed there won't be any fluoride put in the Lakeview Reservoir. In fact, he's now turned violently against the whole business of fluoride.
Oh, that is good. Here, won't Mr. H. Davis please?
Yes. At least it'll show that someone in this office isn't content to sit back and twiddle his thumbs.
Yes.
Ron, there you are. It's you.
That's right, too. It's me, and it's grand news. We finally got this reservoir problem sorted out.
I thought you'd be pleased.
Well, of course I'm pleased. Just as well someone in this office isn't content to just sit back and twiddle his thumb.
Well, that's very big of you, Ron. It wasn't really anything. I mean...
It wasn't anything. I wouldn't say that, too. I think I did rather well persuading Mrs. Horsford to put fluoride in her house as well.
After all, I was only... you did what?
Had to use all my powers of persuasion, too, the most cogent arguments, the most telling facts in favour of fluoride. Then we discovered her late husband and I went to school together. Well, of course, we couldn't argue with that.
Yes, well, there's something you ought to know, Ron.
She absolutely insists, my dear boy, absolutely insists on putting fluoride in the water now. Once she saw the value of it, nothing would persuade her not to.
Well, I don't quite know how I'm
very
going to put
keen
it.
on the stuff, very keen.
I've been to Mayor Flagg and persuaded him against...
You've been to Mayor Flagg? Would you mind leaving us alone, Miss Murphy? Go and answer the telephone in your office.
But it's not ringing, Miss Hamilton Jones.
No point in waiting till the last moment, Miss Murphy. Close the door behind you.
Oh, I know when I'm not wanted.
Now, look here, too, just what have you been up to?
Well, I only thought...
Too, I not have any thinking in this office while I'm in charge.
But,
so next time, think before you think it will be so done.
What are we going to do? I'm sure Mayor Flagg won't change his mind.
Nor will Mayor Horsford, I can tell you, too. We're in trouble. I wonder, if I were to start my summer holidays tomorrow...
Oh, my God.
General Assistant Department, Holiday Jones speaking. I beg your pardon, Hamilton. Who's that?
Pitkin here. What the devil have you been up to now, eh?
Oh, Sir Greg, how nice of you to ring. What the devil have we been up to?
This business of Lakeview Reservoir.
Oh, Lakeview Reservoir. He does repeat himself, doesn't he? Yes, Lamb and I are trying to get to the bottom of it.
Best place for you.
Yeah. Best place for us, he said. We've seen, are you there?
I'm still here.
We've seen both the mayor.
I know, yes, they've been on to me. They think we're trying to make fools of them.
Well, the mayor's
That's
been on
furious. Now, look, they're liable to take matters into their own hands and do something drastic. Sort it out at once.
Oh, yes, Sir Gregory, sort it out at once.
What on earth are we going to do?
Well, there's only one thing left to do. We'll have to take a decision.
A decision? Isn't that a bit drastic?
We must face up to it. Now, as I see it, taking all the facts into consideration, weighing up all the pros and cons, either we put the stuff into the water or we don't.
I just don't know how you do it, Ron. What's the next step?
Well, we'll use the proper decision-making machinery that has been involved through decades of experience in the working of the department.
Oh, yes, just a moment. Here you are.
Thank you. Heads it's in, tails it's not. You talk.
Good evening, viewers. As you've probably gathered, I'm standing in the Mayor's parlour at Harmley Town Hall. The centre of a bitter controversy that threatens to shatter the peace of this quiet borough. Tell me, Mayor Horsefall, what is it that's made you so angry?
The question of fluoride for Lakeview Reservoir. At first, I was against the whole idea. Then I was persuaded by what I thought was a high government official that it ought to be done. And now I've received this letter.
No wonder you're annoyed. They've spelt your name wrong. Mere Horsepiece.
No, it's not that. Just listen to this. Dear Sir or Madman. Read your plan to put fluoride in Lakeview Reservoir. We beg to inform you it has been overruled in view of objections from Finchstead Council. Signed, M. Merkin, shorthand typist, T.P. Roland Hamilton Jones.
So you mean to take matters into your own hands?
I'm afraid I can make no comment on that. And mind you, the sacks of fluoride are already loaded onto a lorry.
And you intend to row it out to the centre of the reservoir?
Not the lorry, no. But the municipal boating lake has several sturdy little boats, and they're quite unused at night.
My word, it's quite exciting.
Yes, isn't it? And Councillor Mulberry was a rowing crew at Cambridge in 1912, and there's no moon tonight.
So tonight's the night you're putting this stuff in?
Good gracious. I didn't actually say that, did I? After all, that would be flouting a ministry decision.
Well, thank you, Mayor Horsefall.
I'm so sorry I couldn't reveal what my plans are. And now, Mr. Wicker, I wonder if I could interest you in opening a garden party.
Why, the cunning old bat. Not content with grinding the faces of the poor, she's going to pollute our water with her old Etonian fluoride. She's going to row out.
Well, how did you
find out? I was watching telly, weren't I? And they showed an interview with her. Just before Mitchell rode off out of the studio on a penny farthing bike, it was.
Well, what are we going to do?
We'll have to stop her, won't we? If we wait for the ministry to act, it'll be too late.
Well, we'll have to take matters into our own
hands. Aye, we will. A situation like this calls for subtlety, craft, and cunning, Crabtree. And we'll ram our rowing boat. Aye, that's what we'll do, ram her.
Row up, Councillor Mulberry, row up. It's a cold night, and the sooner we finish the job, the better.
May I take a little rum, Madam Mayor?
Certainly not. We'll strike the main brace when we celebrate victory, and not before. Come along, Mulberry. It'll do wonders for your rheumatism.
Well, that's all very well, but the oars hardly reach the water with me sitting on these sacks of fluoride.
Never mind. We'll soon be unloading them. By the way, you do smoke, don't you?
Why, yes, Madam Mayor, I do.
I thought so, from the way you're puffing and panting at those oars. Time you stopped it.
No, is it?
Row up, Mulberry. We're following in a great tradition. British adventurers who took to the sea to fight tyranny and injustice.
Could have been at home listening to Sentry.
Can we expect that every man will do his duty? Oh, dear, dear. This mist is getting thicker. It's really very hard to see.
Come on, Crabtree, come on, will you? If we're going to intercept him in this boat, we'll have to go faster.
I'm pedalling as hard as I can, Mr. Mayor.
Well, you're not pedalling as hard as I am. You've got to lean right back if you're going to get a good pedal.
Well, it's not an ideal craft, Mr. Mayor.
Well, of course it's not. I know it's not ideal, but with all the part dinges laid up, it was this kiddie's pedal boat or nothing. Now, any signs of the enemy yet?
No, it's much too...
foggy, isn't it? Aye, still, they're bound to be making for the middle, same as we are. We'll catch them.
And, what do we do then?
Why, we ram them, of course. Aye, they'll be slower than us with that charge of fluoride aboard. It'll be like Spanish Armada. They'll be all heavy and lumbering. And us, more than you mind. When we've rammed them, she's our prize. First thing is, we'll grab them sacks of fluoride.
Yeah, and when we've got them, we can dump them over the side.
Aye, we can dump them. No, you great nit. You realise the whole object of this operation is to prevent them doing that, yes. Oh, it's quiet. What was that? Did you hear out?
It sounded like expression.
Aye, muffled doors over there. We've got them. We'll run the lubbers amidships.
Oh, but it might not be Mayor Horsehall.
Of course it'll be her. Who else would be daft enough to come out boating on a night like this? Now, full speed ahead. And go on, pedal like hell.
Come on, Cooke, come on. Surely you can use that paddle a bit faster, can't you? We've got to stop this woman.
It's not easy kneeling with one pedal. These rubber dinghies are very sluggish.
The lucky Air Ministry can let us have one.
Yes. And lucky I saw Mrs. Horsfall's interview on television.
Quite right, too. Quite right. We can't allow a ministry decision to be flouted. Now, come along. Try and get us moving a bit quicker.
It's all very well for you lying at the back trailing a comb in the water.
Well, someone has to steer, too. Someone has to steer.
Oh, this wretched mist doesn't make it any easier.
No, it doesn't. I find it very hard to tell our position.
Oh, that reminds me. I brought this plastic compass. Found it in this morning's bowl of Luxy bran.
In a bowl of Luxy bran? Do you think it'll work?
Hard to say. I only started having it for breakfast yesterday.
No. I meant the compass.
Oh, yeah.
And I can tell you fairly quickly that it won't. According to my map and your compass, we're doing 7 knots down Oxford Street.
It's probably faulty. I was chewing it for 5 minutes before I realized what it was.
Well, keep paddling, too. Keep paddling.
All right.
Wait a minute. I don't know. I think I heard another boat just then.
Oh.
I think perhaps we've got them.
In, out. In, out. That's it, Mowbray. Remember Trafalgar. Not much farther to go.
Thank goodness for that.
We're almost in the middle. We'll be able to stop it. What was that? What on earth's going on over there?
It's none of our business.
Nonsense, Mowbray. Row over immediately. It's our duty. Accident at sea, and all ships must go to the rescue.
Lord, there's something in the water. Look.
It's a man.
What?
No, it's one of those ministry people.
Help!
Here, Mowbray. Help me pull him aboard. Catch hold of his umbrella.
Oh, thank you. My name is Lamb. I'm from the General Assistance Department.
I thought so. You look rather wet. What on earth were you doing in the water?
A sort of dog paddle, I suppose.
My word. You're soaked through and shivering with cold. Here, drape my chiffon scarf round your shoulders.
Never mind that. I've come to put a stop to this business, this attempt to defy a ministry ruling.
No one's defying any ministry ruling here, Mr. Lamb.
Oh?
Time we were getting back, I rowed to the shore.
Quite. That's enough training for this evening, Mowbray.
Training?
Oh, yes. Councillor Mowbray used to be a Cambridge rowing blue. I'm training him for a comeback.
Oh, I must apologize. We had quite the wrong idea. You know, Mr. Hamilton Jones thought that you... Oh, good gracious. Once, whatever's happened to him? This other boat rammed us, you see. There was absolute chaos. Oh, dear, what can have happened to one?
Disgraceful business, disgraceful. Just as well for you, Mayor Flagg, that I managed to step into your boat before mine sank.
I'm very sorry about that, Mr. Hamilton.
I should think so.
Yeah, a pure accident, you understand?
Accident, it was quite deliberate. An act of downright piracy.
Piracy? We'll all be hung. Here, I'll turn Queen's evidence.
Shut up, there. Shut up. Control yourself.
Make for the shore immediately. My colleague and I... Oh, my goodness, two. What's happened? He went down with the ship. Will I ever hear his cheerful voice again?
Watch out, I think there's another bird.
There he is. I think she's there. Good morning, too.
Good morning.
How are you feeling?
Not too bad, Ron. Lucky we were near the bank when we collided last night, wasn't it?
Yes, wasn't it?
Yeah, still, we'd never have made the shore if you hadn't been shouting directions from my shoulder.
Quite. No need to thank. No need to thank me, too. What's that you've got there?
It's a letter from the research department of the Metropolitan Water Board.
Oh.
An analysis of the water in Lakeview Reservoir. Sir Gregory ordered it.
Sir Gregory? Why can't he leave these things to us?
The analysis shows the water's already got a high content of natural fluoride.
It's as if he had no confidence in it. You mean to say the rest stops there anyway?
Oh.
Well, that clears that up, doesn't it?
Yes, a copy's been sent to each council.
Good. Perhaps we can get back to really important things.
I'll get the golf clubs from the cupboard.
That's right.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes,
An
Mildred?
urgent note from Sir Gregory.
An urgent note from the Gregory. Suppose I better have a look.
We can try some chip shops into the top secret drawer. Oh, it's good to be carefree again.
Well, is it? Yes. Now, too, listen, Sir Gregory's rather worried. Tell me, when you were messing about with the London boundaries, did you find a stretch of open land in St. John's Wood?
Oh, yes, a big green patch on the map with nothing on it.
Yes. Did you order it to be ploughed up and planted?
That's right. Waste not, want not, I always say. I gather they're expecting a fine crop of cabbages.
On Lord's cricket ground?
Perhaps I'd better put the clubs away again.
Yes, my dear, too. I think perhaps you have.